Hi, this is daily video 99, I think. And in case you're wondering if I'm gonna do something special for 100, I think the answer is no. So I hope that's not too disappointing. But as I mentioned, I think I'm just gonna keep on going. Maybe at some point, if I miss a day, then I will stop calling them daily videos. But so I was contractually obligated for 100, and I actually kept them except for there were a few days in which I uploaded I think one or two videos without any sound, and then I re-uploaded them where I was going through those defensive hands while knowing the answer already. But I think otherwise, even those technically counted. Anyway, I want to show you a convention that I came up with, and I think it's still okay. It's not great, to be honest, but some versions of it are widely played, and others. I've even heard that some people came up with it themselves, and they played it on, I don't know, even in the Bermuda Bowl or something. There were some Dutch players, maybe, but I actually don't know exactly. I know for sure that I came up with it independently, at least. So I haven't seen it mentioned by anyone else. And this also probably shows you it's kind of a testament to its quality, maybe, that it's not so widely known. But I think it's interesting. It's not worse than some of the stuff that I've been showing you, and I think it's better than standard anyway. So what is this Gwyn's to no trump? It's a pretty common situation, a negative double trouble. If you have this situation, one diamond, one spade, double, two spades, and now you're sitting there with opener, and now let's say standard would be something like this. Double, it would show some kind of scrambling hand, you want to compete. It could maybe even be a support double. So if you think that partner often has 5 hearts, maybe it makes sense to show 3 here. I personally don't think that it does, but some people want to keep their definitions easy. 2 non-trump would be maybe 18, 19 with a spade stop. 3 of a minor would be competitive. You just want to bid 3 clubs or 3 diamonds, and you have some distribution or some extra values maybe. 3 hearts is usually played as almost any hand with 4 hearts. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean in terms of like lower limit. There's an upper limit for sure, but basically it pays to bid hearts over spades. The law of total tricks tells us that if we have an 8 card fit and they have an 8 card fit, then it's better to bid 3 over 2 than let them play there. And sometimes you push them in 3 spades, sometimes you make, sometimes whatever. Sometimes you go down 2, but that's better than minus 110. 3 spades is some strong hand, stop, ask, or minors or something. And 3 no trump would be played to play probably based on diamonds. 4 hearts would be done to play with extra high card points or shape, so kind of like accepting an invite, although partner hasn't quite shown invitational values, but maybe not. They're not quite that far off. Now this is obviously the drawback that you have only this one way of showing hearts. So 3 hearts, almost any hand with 4 hearts, and also you have one way of showing these minors. Now, what should we do about that? One way you can improve, and this is a very common way, and it's actually a way that I don't like. You have this 2 non trump good bad. So double would kind of be that. 2 non trump would be a good bad. It's either a bad. You want to play something at the 3 level. 3 of a minor would be a good 3 minor bid, maybe like 15 plus or so, of course, depending on how you define points. 3 hearts would be a good 3 heart. 3 spades, again, this would be more or less the same, except that this 18, 19 can move into 3 no trump. It's not a big deal. And maybe 18, 19 without the stop can be 3 spades or double or something. And this is nice, but and basically over 2 no trump you would have 3 clubs forced, or at least in this case, because it's diamonds and clubs, then you wouldn't bid 3 clubs if you prefer diamonds to clubs. So in case partner has clubs and diamonds, then you would already show a preference here. But the idea is that 2 no trump kind of forces 3 clubs usually, and in this is an exception. But so if opener then bids 3 diamonds or 3 hearts or passes, then that means okay, I have the bad version, right? But yeah, the good bad is just super annoying because obviously second hand doesn't need to pass. So the second hand can just be 3 spades. And here, what should I do as third hand? Third hand is unlimited, remember. Third hand could have like 12 points, and then you have to double, maybe some optional double. What is it? 3-note trump with some fake stop, panic. It's just very bad. I mean, it is quite uncomfortable if they raise the 3 spades. So what else can we do? You can use transfers, and this is probably a very good spot for transfers, and you should look into it. This is not my convention. Many people do play transfers. So 2-note trump would show clubs, three clubs would show diamonds, 3 diamonds would show good with hearts, 3 hearts would show bad with hearts, 3 spades maybe transfer to no trump, and so on. So this is actually very interesting, and it's probably better than my version. But yeah, then you have to know when you play transfers and when you don't, and so on. And what are transfers? You can look into it, but I have a simpler suggestion. This is my win 2-note trump. It's just that 2-note trump shows a good 3 hard bid. 3 over minor is competitive, so now we're not differentiating between the different strengths of 3 over minor. So it could be a kind of a drawback, but that's the way it is. But at least 2-note trump shows a good 3 hard bid, 3 hearts shows a bad 3 hard bid. So this is a very, very simple and I think very effective use of this 2-note trump. It's true that you lose some of this resolution, but on the other hand, also previously, here when 2-note trump shows clubs, then third hand again has a problem with these ranges. Like opener shows like 11 plus, and then the idea is like, oh, with 11 to 14 opener will pass, and with 15 plus opener will bid something else. But then still, then responder has some issues there, like, oh, I kind of have an invite opposite 11 to 14, what should I do? So this is also kind of a weird thing where both hands have this wide range and kind of a weird mash of like problems, because it's kind of hard to delineate between the various strengths. And for example, opener, if I have a 15 count and my partner doubles, do I really want to bid 2-note trump clubs and then bid again? Probably not. So it's like a little bit awkward. At least I hope you can see that. Actually, good bad is good for that, because at least here, if I bid 3 clubs or 3 diamonds as opener, I will have told my partner, okay, I have kind of like a king extra, what do you think? But that comes at the cost of this good bad 2-note trump. So it's kind of a weird, complicated situation. All I could say, and maybe I'm really biased or pessimistic here, is that losing these very thin minor suit oriented games is not such a big deal. So actually delineating between various hard bids is probably more important. So and remember, if I have a 15 count, even if I can't show it, then I can kind of like assume, at least hope, that my partner doesn't have this, I don't know, 10 count, because this 10 count would be the spot that you're really looking for. With less than 10, then you probably don't want to be in game, and then with like 11 plus or 12 plus, the partner will probably force the game. Also remember that they bid and raise spades, so it can easily be that 3-note trump is a bad contract. You would need some kind of a double stop, and you would need to right side it as well. So it's not so simple, even if you have 25 points. I would say that it's not such a big loss. Okay, so now what are the auctions where this applies? So the rule is whenever partner showed hearts and right hand opponent bid 2-note trump, 2 spades, 2-note trump shows a good 3 hard bid. So these are the auctions, and I probably missed some, but these are the basic auctions. 1 over minor, 1 spade double, 2 spades. 1 over minor, 1 spade, 2 hearts, 2 spades. And now, of course, 2-note trump would show a good raise with 3 hearts rather than 4. Maybe you can even turn it around and say like 2-note trump shows 4 and 3 hearts shows 3. It's kind of up to you. Here I would also use it, 1 spade, 2 hearts, 2 spades, and 1 heart, 2 spades. This is a little weird, but you might as well use it there as well. It's not after 1 spade, double, 2 spades, because here partner only showed 3 plus. A better solution is double, like discussed in the previous, the one before the previous video. Then that's probably a better way of disentangle this. And this two-note trumpet is actually semi-commonly used in expert circles, in this case, so in 3. And the logic behind it is, like, you could have this cousin where a 2-level overcall where we cannot queue, two-note trump can stand in for the good raise. So here, for example, the Q bid would be 3 spades, so that's too high, right? We can't bid 3 spades as a good raise for hearts, then we're already committed to game. So you need two-note trump as a raise. And then similarly, after these awkward auctions, so 1 spade, 2 of a minor, 2 spades, or 1 heart, 2 of a minor, 2 spades, 1 heart, 2 of a minor, 2 hearts, probably two-note trump makes best sense to show a good raise of the minor, because the Q would take us above 3 of their suit. Here, for example, however, like 1 spade, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, two-note trump, I think. Can you go away? 2 spade Q is available, so in that case, two-note trump should show as probably natural. It's kind of a rare hand, but maybe actually two-note trump is better played as some kind of a minor suit takeout. Like I have tolerance to your suit and 3 card, and maybe a 5 or 6 card in the other minor. But yeah, you can play it as something else. You don't need it as a raise. So yeah, that's about it. I think this two-note trumpet makes perfect sense, and it's like a very, very economical agreement. You only need this one line. Partner showed hearts and right-hand opponent bid 2 spades. Two-note trump shows a good 3 heart bid. I think it's quite useful, with obvious downsides and obvious upsides. So it's up to you. I also don't expect this to catch fire. I think I probably wrote about this on the forums, probably like, I don't know, 10 years ago. People found it interesting, but I think Han found it interesting, by the way, but it didn't quite take off. That's fine. I'm not bitter, but if it's like kind of my invention and I like it, I might as well make a video out of it. If I made 100 videos, then I should have at least one about myself, right? Yeah, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.